And so first of all, first thing I want to show you is listings. So your listings will be live in Kelly. You can say, hey, show me my active listings. And for this example here, you can see we have 6 listings. Now I want to show you something really cool here, is that when you hit view all, it's going to take you to this listings view. You can scroll and you can see all 6 of those listings. But you'll notice in the background, there's a little map back here. And so if you kind of hide this drawer, there's a little hack today. You can actually view a map view within Kelly. And we'll get to why this is interesting. But this is basically the evolution of Kelly that we've been talking about and showing designs. And Bobby, you've been going in the field and labbing about just the ability to, on demand, see listings, not just your listings, but other agent listings in your area in a map view as well, right?
This is turning to the agent's search portal. So you can go in there, you can find anything on the MLS, be able to have that when you're walking around a home with a buyer and be able to find the information that you need, because it is all the agent back-end information from that MLS. It's going to be right there in the palm of your hands.
Yeah, so something I can do in Kelly right now and say, show me all active listings in Austin, Texas. And keep in mind, this is live demo, so we're really taking a chance here and not finding all active listings. Okay, didn't understand me, but essentially what you can do here is you can go
Austin, that will work.
Yeah, show me listings in Austin, Texas. And here, obviously, 10,493 results. You're not going to go through all these as a list, right? But a little hack you can do, view all. You can go to a map view here, and you can kind of zoom in into certain areas. And as you zoom in, those listings will populate that map. So now you're kind of seeing the evolution of Kelly. It's not just a virtual assistant you can talk to. You get some visual information on demand as well.
Right. And this is live. Go in there, go break it. We know there's some kinks. Go in there, tell us what they are, so that we can get in there and fix those.
100%, right? That's the one promise we can make in labs, that it will break, but we need your help to understand what we fix first. And this is how we move really fast, and something we always talk about. And we're launching new skills to Kelly on a bi-weekly, monthly basis, is so you can be a more competitive field, and we can create a larger moat, right, from all the competition. And no one knows building moats as good as Bobby moats, right? So what I want to show you, speaking of moats, something else we're doing really cool and we've talked to you a lot about is Kelly Snaps. And I want to show you how that works. So again, I'm going to do a live demo real quick and take a chance here. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Kelly to give me a snap in my location. So Kelly, give me a Kelly snap for my location. Perfect. And so what you see here on my screen is this is a Kelly snap for a neighborhood identified as Barnes Bluff Spyglass. And so this is actually where our office is located. And if you view this Kelly snap, it's going to bring you some really cool information. You're going to get to see all of the current stats. Think of it as a market snapshot. You can see average listing price, days on market, and sometimes you can see the sold stats, not always, right, depending on the data feed. But essentially when you expand all, you can go really, really quick snapshot of what this neighborhood looks like. So if you've never been in this market before, if you've never been driving around, not only can you look in my radius, but you can look at any neighborhood in your city. And that's thanks to the partnership we have with Nextdoor, right? So,
and you can do that by neighborhood or zip code if you need to.
Yeah, so we can do a Kelly Snap right now for a zip code. Let's say, and I'm going to type this one in, 78703. And there you go. What you get is a market snapshot for that zip code. And Bobby, you were a part of the labs process when we talked about this concept. Now that it's made it into the product, how do you see this being beneficial for agents in the field?
Oh, this is huge. When I'm walking into a buyer consultation or a listing appointment, to be able to grab this information and pull it up right on my phone and say, look, based on where your house is in this specific neighborhood, and as it compares to the neighborhoods around it, here's what we see as what's happening with what's happening at the market right now. On top of that, they see this awesome tool that we have as KW agents, and show them some of the insights and the tech we're using to help them either buy a house or sell a house. The people that I've shown it to are blown away, and they want it right now, which they have to wait a little bit for that because it's only for the agents.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so this is an artificial intelligence product specifically for KW agents that you can go out and not just show your clients, but use it as a recruiting tactic for other agents as well, right?
Yeah. And this is just tip of the iceberg also. This was something we thought of maybe 60, 90 days ago and said, hey, let's build this. We have the MLS data, let's make it a thing. And now that it's launched in Kelly, go play around with that, and just you begin to see how powerful this industry-specific AI can be.
Yeah, and please do play with it, break it. You can always submit feedback in the app and tell us how we can make Kelly Snaps better. This is going live, and so there's going to be a lot of bugs and fixes, but we ask you to be a partner in our journey and help us understand what we can fix to maximize the experience you can get from Kelly Snaps. And so something else that's cool, you mentioned MLS data, but I also want to talk about next door neighborhood boundary data and how that works in Kelly Snaps. And so normally when you're talking with clients or prospects, you don't refer to zip codes, you talk about neighborhoods they might want to live in, right? And so something cool Kelly can do is actually it understands neighborhoods. So we're going to take a chance right here. And Bobby, what neighborhood do you live in?
Use Circle C.
Circle C. Okay, cool. So view Kelly Snap for Circle C, Austin, Texas. Boom. And so here's what it brought up is actually a couple of neighborhoods. And again, this is one of those bugs, right? This is recently launched. And you can actually kind of scroll through and see the first one we brought was University of Texas. That's inaccurate. But what you can see next is Kelly Snap for Circle C West. Now that's pretty specific.
Yep.
You can see Circle C North, Ranch, another ranch, Muirfield, but
and you can see how detailed it can get. These sub-neighborhoods within that area, as defined by the homeowners there, you can go walk into a listing appointment or show some buyers around specific parts of this neighborhood and what those stats look like specific to that area, which is really powerful. Nobody else can do that.
This is really cool, and this is something that we've talked about with you in the last month. The team's been working really hard to put this together and make it functional for the field. Like we mentioned, there will be some bugs, but it's just a really cool way to show the power of Kelly and the evolution of Kelly to not just talk to Kelly and text it, but now you can visually interact with it. And so with that, that's what's in Kelly now. I kind of want to show you what's coming in Kelly next. And so if you give me a second, I'm going to swap phones here. I want to walk you through the new screen for Kelly. So first thing you're going to see here is, wow, this looks fairly similar, but if you notice the icons, they're a little bit different. And so here on the left is actually a navigation pane that you can slide from left to right. And you'll notice you can do a couple of different things here. What you'll also notice is top right is dedicated to notifications. Bottom right is where the information icon is, where you can see all of the Kelly skills, and you can take a shortcut to, like we did earlier, show me my active listings, right? Now here's the interesting part. You can tap here to talk to Kelly, and it will understand you. Or you can hit here in the bottom left, and that will be a shortcut for a keyboard. So it's a much better user experience of whether you want to talk to Kelly or you want to type. We're making sure we're maximizing the real estate on Kelly to give the best customer experience. And so kind of what we teased earlier is I want to show you really quick this map view. And so you saw the hack in the build today, but this is what's coming down the pipe is actually a map view within Kelly. And what you can do here is a ton of new things that you couldn't do before. And so very quick, just to walk you through the navigation, you can view satellite image or regular Google Maps image. You will be able to draw soon. That's not live today. But here in the top right, you'll see some icons drop down. And as we just talked, you can view Kelly Snaps on a map view. And let's see if that loads up for us in the QA build. I'll zoom out a little bit. Not working right now. But what's really interesting is you can actually view all the listings. And so I can type in Austin, Texas. And so basically I got exactly to what I showed you earlier you can do through voice. Now you can do it interacting with the map just like you would with any kind of search mobile application, right? And so something that's getting better is really just how you can interact with this map. You can click this radius here, see what's around you. You can search in different areas in the search bar here as shown. And something you'll be able to do very shortly is also you'll be able to search local insights in your area. Let's see if that loads up. Engineers must be playing with it. Oh, here we go. So this is really cool. We've talked a little bit about local insights, and I want to take a real quick second, just kind of explain the concept of local insights and what that means. Essentially, it's how you as the agent, so what we showcased to you was information that you can show, whether it's Nextdoor or MLS, but this is your opportunity to create local insights about the neighborhoods that you live in and you have information in. And so what we're creating in Kelly, a new skill is for you to add local insights, right, Bobby?
Right. Yeah, this is your way to become that local expert. If you're specifically farming in neighborhoods or zip codes or parts of the city, you can go into those places, generate local insights, and then those local insights are going to show up under your profile in Connect, in referrals, so that if somebody's looking for a client or looking for a referral partner for a client that's moving to, say, Austin, Texas, say it's Circle C that we just showed you, and there's one agent that has a lot of local insights in that area, what it's going to do is it's going to help you stand out. Brand new agents, it's going to help you stand out because maybe you don't have the top production in a certain area, but you have the most insights because you've lived there your whole life. There's some people that are looking specifically for those type of agents.
Yeah, and this is how you can get identified. Think about a referral. If someone wants to send a referral to a specific neighborhood and sees that you've generated 20 insights in that neighborhood, kind of more of a local expert, even though you might not have done as much production if you're a newer agent. But it's a really cool way that you can crowdsource, what agents, hyperlocal information, add that to Kelly and get rewarded for it, right? And so if you go back to my screen, and again, this is just a build reel here, but you can see, but what you're able to see, and this is just a real test mock-up, is this would be a local insight, 9 views, and you can vote up or down whether that's an insight that's helpful for you while you're out on the field, or you can downvote it. With the idea being that as you go to more and more neighborhoods and you get more and more local insights, the cream's going to rise to the top, right? And it's going to be high quality insights that is moderated and vetted by agents in the field saying, hey, that was a really helpful insight, or hey, that wasn't really helpful or inaccurate. And this is just a concept we had in labs that we'll be going to the field fairly shortly to see whether this is a great way to generate insights that help you stand out that no other agent could provide to their client.
And where this becomes really helpful for those agents going to listing appointments or buyer appointments, say you're taking a buyer around the city and you don't know much about this specific neighborhood you're going to, you can access Kelly, access those local insights because they live in the cloud, and be able to look at the top 5, top 10 local insights for that area, that specific area that you're in, which makes you look a lot smarter than you probably are about that area, which is great. Is great for when you're taking those buyers, makes you look like the expert, period, and you are the expert because you have that knowledge at your fingertips.
Yeah, exactly. And so real quick, going back to the phone, I'm going to show you how you can simply add an insight, right? And so we're in this area right here. You can see there's one insight. So I'm going to click add, and it's going to be a proper insight. And so I can call it a title, and I'm going to say, hey, there's a really cool place called KWI headquarters. Oh, that's not right there. And I can kind of enter some insight details, best place in the world. That's what we call it, right, Bobby?
That in Disney World.
You can take a photo here. I'm not going to do it, but essentially you can add this insight, and then agents can, when they're searching in the area, they're on Kelly, they can pull up these local insights and say whether it's helpful or not. That's local insights. That's coming very soon. And so these are some of the new skills coming to Kelly. That'd be really, really valuable. And again, what you're able to do is on the screen, you'll be able to click the eye here, see all the shortcuts, and we'll introduce you to some of the map-based skills that you can have to add local insights, view listings, view agents, view Kelly Snaps Map View. So this is a lot, right? We're throwing you a lot, but this is really how fast the team is moving and kind of what you as our partner are coming up with labs, these great use cases that we can make Kelly more and more valuable and take it from that 3 to 4 year old AI concept and make it a teenager, right? And eventually a virtual assistant that's business critical and helps you close more deals and grow your business.
Absolutely.
So that's the vision, and that's kind of what we wanted to show you here a little bit, what's coming down the pipe. Again, Kelly Snaps, active today, coming down the pipe, new navigation, Kelly Maps, and Kelly Local Insights. So keep an eye on the labs dashboard, see how those evolve, and help us out. If you're invited to one of those labs, we'd love to get you participated and get your feedback. We're in July right now. July is a pretty good month for real estate, right, Bobby?
July's typically an amazing month for real estate. When it comes to closings and maybe getting a lot of deals under contract, agents tend to be making a lot of money right now. This is the peak earning season, period. Yes.
Yeah, and with something that John Davis talks about is actually the activities you're doing now, you don't get to reap the benefits till 90 days from now. So if we're talking about Q4, when would you need to get started to have a successful Q4?
So, and that's one of the downfalls of having so much business right now. You tend to forget about lead generation, and this is preached all the time. If you want to have a consistent business, you need to continually lead generate. And right now, the lead generation that you're doing right now in this quarter is what's going to sustain you through those tough months in October, November, and December.
And that's what the Q4 kickoff is all about. So starting next Monday, we'll be kicking off Red Talks. And Bobby, I think you're doing some as well. We have Diana Kokoska, Jay Pepsan, some real estate rock stars. Basically, within 4 hours, we'll be having 10 speakers talk to you about how you can focus on your activities today to be successful later this year. And so something you can do, since we're highlighting Kelly, is you can go and ask Kelly, what is Q4? How can you join the Q4 kickoff? What is Red Talks? What is the Profit Dial? This is something we just launched earlier this week to basically give you the tools and best practices that you can do today to set yourself up for success. So, like we mentioned, everything is coming to Kelly, a bunch of new Kelly skills. This is a great one where you can talk to Kelly, find out how you can get involved, how you can refocus on your goals. Don't forget, you can always ask Kelly to track your CGI goals. Right? Kelly, what is my CGI goals? And keep your CGI goals top of mind. But you can also tell Kelly, hey, add appointment. And add your appointments while you're on the go to basically track your metrics and daily habits and basically get an overview of your business and how you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
and be able to generate those insights that are going to help you grow for next Q4. So when you get back to this time, the more insights you're putting into Kelly, the more you're going to be able to get out of it. So start using it, start breaking it, and get us good feedback.
Yeah, and so what we showed you today was what's available in Kelly now, what's coming down the pipe, and also how can you leverage Kelly to maximize your Q4. And so what we'd love to do next is kind of get your questions and ahas. I know we say about 10 minutes for Q&As. So we'd love to, if you have any questions, if you're on KW Connect Live, there's a little widget to the right. Put in your question. Our team will vet it here. And then Bobby and I would be happy to answer it and give you a little bit more insight into whether it's a Kelly question, Q4, and any other products you want to see or talk about. That's what we're here for. And so to kick it off, we'll start off with a question. Where does Kelly Snaps information pull from?
Yeah. So we have a combination of places where we get those Kelly Snaps. We take MLS data, we take our exclusive partnership with Nextdoor and what those neighborhoods look like. And what we did is we combined both of those to provide us with accurate neighborhood information based on MLS data and those polygons. And as we all know, that the MLS data isn't always correct when you're looking at subdivisions or neighborhoods, because agents are putting that in by hand. So what we did is we took all of the longitude and latitude coordinates of all the addresses and overlaid it onto the map so we could get those accurate analyses based on those polygons that Nextdoor gives us.
Yeah.
And that's how we get those Kelly Snaps.
Absolutely, and there'll be some more messaging about the Nextdoor relationship next week, but this is kind of the power of Keller Cloud and companies that partner with us and work with us. Obviously, we have a vendor for the MLS data. We have Nextdoor. They adhere to our data standards. They connect to the Keller Cloud, and so this is so we can provide insights to you via products like Kelly. And so that's kind of the encompassing power of Keller Cloud that you've heard us talk so much about that we're excited to show you. And we got some more cool insights coming for you soon. Next question. We really need to go back to having the discussion thread in Kelly Stay instead of cleaning everything open, especially within Snaps.
Okay, so there is I think we can show you a way in Kelly where you can actually load recent conversations that you've had with Kelly. And maybe we can pull that up on the screen just to show you how you can do that.
There you go.
Once they clear off. Can we pull the screen up?
Yeah, and so we'll pull the screen up real quick. What Bobby's doing is he's kind of...
Yeah, if you scroll up all the way, you'll have a message pop up at the top that says load recent conversations. If you click that, it'll start loading some of your previous conversations for you. So this is a feature that we already have built in there. Go in there, use it. It was kind of hidden for me. It took me a while to figure out why are all my conversations going away, and then you start swiping, and it'll show up for you.
Yeah, that was something that we got a lot of feedback from, basically by people submitting feedback within Kelly. So we heard you, we fixed that. Bobby just showed you how you can incorporate that so you can fix that bug for the future. So
that's just one example. We're fixing Kelly all the time, and we're putting in new features. We don't talk about them all the time because some of them are very small. But stay plugged in, stay up to date with what we're doing. And
yeah, and real quick, we go back to the phone. Don't forget how to submit feedback. If this is your first time tuning in or you haven't submitted feedback before, if you click on your profile in the top left, you'll see a couple of options: profile settings, submit feedback. Hit that submit feedback button, and this is what it looks like. What you enter here will go directly to. We have a wonderful Labs analyst team that takes all this feedback, aggregates it on a weekly basis, and shares it with our product managers and our engineers. So this is Labs. This is how you help us dictate what we build next, what we fix, what Kelly looks like. Yeah. And so all these things that we presented to you today are based off of people who participate in Labs. And people ask us all the time, how do I participate in Labs? Easiest way to do it, get on Kelly, use it, and tell us what Kelly needs to do to be better.
Every time you submit feedback through that, Daniel's phone buzzes, and he reads it. So
yeah, Daniel Moore is our head of product development for Kelly. Yeah. So he's a busy dude. Next question, would Kelly provide average sold price?
That is dependent upon the MLS area that you're trying to look at the Kelly data in, because as you know, some MLSs don't provide sold data, or it's a non-disclosure state. So that's really dependent upon the area that you're in.
Yeah, and so we have pretty broad coverage as far as MLS and Nextdoor, but keep in mind there are some pockets that might not have coverage. If you don't have access to that data in your area, please let us know, submit the feedback so we can make sure we get 100% coverage across the US. I know in Canada specifically, we don't necessarily have neighborhood boundary data, so we can't provide Kelly Snaps by neighborhoods. We can by postal codes, but these are the kind of things that the feedback we get from our agents in the field that we're continuously tweaking and working on to improve Kelly.
Right.
And so next question we have from Sterling Leavitt. I hope I said that correctly. Solid layout, looks great. Cannot wait for this. Great, so we got an aha, yes. Yeah. We get so many questions. It's always pleasant to get an aha. Thank you for sharing that. Please, if you're on this live stream tuning in as well, share some of your ahas. And obviously, we're here to field questions as well. Next question, how can I receive the best results when asking for Kelly Snaps?
Use the Q&A section of Kelly. Go back there. That'll give you the different ways that you can ask for that Kelly Snap. That's the best way to do it. Generally, I just say, hey, Kelly, give me a Kelly Snap for a specific area. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, the challenge you'll have is if you're looking for a specific neighborhood, and this is one of the challenges we're working through, like Clarksville, for example, is a neighborhood I've lived in for a long time. You will come up with Clarksvilles across the entire U.S. There's a ton of neighborhoods called Clarksville. So the way you can be more specific, you can say Clarksville, Austin, Texas. That will help Kelly pre-filter those results. And so it always kind of helps to throw in the city and state at the end of it, or even a zip code if you want to be very precise, if it's a very common neighborhood name. Otherwise, it will pull up from our database of tons of neighborhood boundaries that we'll have, and it'll provide that insight, which might not be always the one you want. But as you saw earlier, you can always scroll through that and find the neighborhood you wanted in case it didn't get it right the first time. Right. And again, submit feedback. Let us know how we're doing on that, because that's something we're very, very passionate about making better to make a best-in-class customer experience. So next question, what do I do if the Kelly Snaps information is incorrect? Who do I contact? So, I mean, that's exactly why we want to show you the submit feedback button. That is the quickest way to submit feedback. Honestly, if you had Bobby's cell phone and you called him and left him a message because he's a busy dude, that would take longer than you going in the Kelly app and submitting feedback. It would take
much longer.
Yeah, but if you want Bobby's cell phone, I'll post that later so you can all call him and give him your feedback.
Don't ask Kelly for my information.
Yeah, you can just ask Kelly Bobby's cell phone. I'm pretty sure it's on there. Or if not, we'll put it on there. Just kidding. We won't do that to you, Bobby. Next questions. What happens if Nextdoor doesn't have my neighborhood on the correct boundary? So as we just mentioned, if we don't have that coverage, let us know. We're working on covering 100%. I think we're actually in the 90th percentile of coverage, but so there are some rural areas, or sometimes it's also based off how many people live in that neighborhood and submitted that information. So sometimes if it's a low population, we can get a little bit of inaccuracies, and we're actually labbing with agents how we can make those improvements, and local insights is a part of that as well.
This is top of mind for me too, because the neighborhood that we tested in Austin with Circle C is actually not my neighborhood, and because my neighborhood does not show up in here because it's only got about 30 houses in it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So that was great feedback, and I'm sure there's a lot of use cases like that. Let us know where you are, where you're having those problems, and we can have our product team go in and investigate that for sure. A couple more questions. Would I be able to edit or delete my local insights? So 100%, well, actually, that's a really good question. I'm not sure if you can delete it in what we have in V1, but it's definitely something we should investigate. Yeah. I know that we'll have edit capability if you submitted it, and actually all of your local insights will be attached to your KW Connect profile. And so it'll be your face, your information. So, and that's kind of to benefit you, is if you generate a lot of great insights, people can find you and send you referrals and get to know you better, follow you on KW Connect, et cetera. Right. But keep in mind, this is going to be an open system where you upvote and downvote. And we're so really counting on you as the agent to get involved, use local insights, not just add them, but help us upvote, downvote, what are the most quality local insights so we can make sure that it's a great experience. So we got time for maybe one more question. Any thoughts of adding neighborhood info, restaurants, top things to do, schools, etc.? From Tamara Ramich.
Absolutely. We're all about the Keller Cloud and getting you those insights and that information to you and your clients. Absolutely. we're working on ways that we can get all that information to you.
Yeah, and so something actually we're working for the next phase of Kelly Snaps is Nextdoor has a lot of that information as well, like recommendations, favorites, insights. So we'll feed those in there, and we're hoping that if we combine that with Agent Insights, we'll have a pretty robust view of a neighborhood or a zip code that you might have never been in, but within a quick, Kelly question, you can become a local expert super fast while you're on the go. So that's 100% the goal. And thank you for asking that question. It tells me that you kind of see where it's going, and so that's 100% what we want to include. And so that's our time for questions. Before I sign us off really quick, just want to go through kind of next steps, to-dos for you if you've tuned in and you want to get more involved. Number one, sign up for the Labs waitlist on KW Connect. Go to Resources Technology. You can see where we are on the Labs dashboard. And at the very bottom, you can sign up on the waitlist. You'll get invited to the Labs community. This is 100% the most active way to be involved. Grow your referral network with trusted partners. So go on KW Connect or use Kelly. Grow your network. Add referral partners. We've closed, I think, almost like $7 billion in volume to date using referrals. It's a pretty huge, robust system. Make sure you're involved and you're on Kelly. You have Kelly, so you get those notifications to accept those referrals, right, Bobby?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Especially now that referral broadcast is out there. Don't miss those.
Yeah, and so agents are using that. They're broadcasting referrals to areas for 200 agents or less. If you have Kelly, you get that notification instantly. So make sure you download Kelly, provide feedback, and join the Q4 kickoff. Tune in to Red Talks on Monday. I think they're starting at 1 p.m. Central Time. But if you want to double check me, just ask Kelly. She'll have all the information you need so you know how to get involved, when to tune in. Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. Bobby,
Absolutely.
Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Have a great weekend. Tune in to Red Talks next week, and go Croatia in the World Cup. So thank you guys very much.